8 Ways Kim and Barry Plath Push the Kids to Feud with Olivia. In Welcome to Plathville Season 5, Kim and Barry Plath navigated post-split life, and the shameful way that they've treated Olivia Plath over the years has triggered nasty family feuds. In Season 5, Olivia's dynamic with many Plath family members was seriously toxic. While it's easy to blame the strong-willed and adventurous Olivia for problems, the seed was planted when Kim and Barry emotionally abused Olivia after she became their son Ethan Plath's partner. Back then, Olivia wasn't exactly a wild child, but Kim and Barry acted like she was an out-of-control delinquent. She deserved none of that. Olivia was made to feel like an outsider in the family. Welcome to Plathville Season 5's Kim is strongly narcissistic, and her former husband Barry's enabled her most appalling conduct. Poor Ethan had to deal with disapproving parents when he embarked on married life. That should have been a joyful time for him. His parents did all they could to ruin the love he'd found. In terms of his parents, he had no backup or safety net. His mom and dad let him down over and over again. Their love was always conditional. Kim and Barry have never known how to just love Ethan and accept him. Welcome to Plathville Season 6 wrapped up airing in early October 2024, and it saw a huge transition in the Plath family. Ethan and Olivia officially divorced, and Ethan spent the season trying to reconnect with his family. Meanwhile, Kim and Barry were co-parenting the younger Plath children, Isaac, Amber, Kasha, and Mercy, while the older Plath kids, Mariah and Micah, joined the family in coming together. Olivia had her own storyline in Season 6 that was removed from the Plaths. Olivia met a new man, Brendan, and she and his budding relationship was highlighted. Olivia mentioned getting away from the toxicity she encountered from the Plath family, and Season 6 followed her journey post-Plath saga. Away from the Plath family, Olivia felt a lot more free and able to express herself and not be judged for it. Barry and Kim had a lot of influence on the negative way their children, including Ethan, have seen Olivia, and the future is brighter for Olivia without them. Olivia and Ethan may have divorced because of Kim and Barry. Something was brewing in Ethan and Olivia's marriage, and based on their IG posts around Season 5, which veered into cryptic territory, it spelled trouble. There have always been divorce rumors about the pair, who never really seemed to be ideally suited. Ethan wanted a simpler life than Olivia and actually benefited from simplicity. However, she always wanted more. Olivia's a go-getter who's into exploring. While Ethan was perfectly content working on his cars and spending time with his siblings, Olivia was chomping at the bit, desperate to flee Cairo, Georgia. The latest chatter started after Olivia's sister Sophia Meggs shockingly stated that Olivia and Ethan are in the middle of a divorce. Olivia denied that and said that her relationship with her sibling was strained. However, Ethan looked quite sad in the post above. He appeared to have lost weight, and he isn't smiling. Sometimes, during a breakup, a person will lose their appetite because they're heartbroken. Ethan added the caption, "It has been my experience in life that few things are heavier to bear than regret." Does Ethan have a lot of regrets? Are they linked with Olivia? Since reality TV show celebs often vent through cryptic posts, it's not a stretch to think that he's referencing problems with Olivia. She added her own 2 cents in a different IG post, where she discussed her mixed emotions about summer ending. Olivia said, "But I know that deep inside me, it symbolizes the increasing comfortability in letting life play out just the way it needs to." Was she trying to say that changes were happening in her life, but that she was at peace with them? Olivia's always had the capacity to change. Ethan and Olivia have divorced, so do Kim and Barry deserve blame? They do. Imagine how different it would have been if they'd welcomed Olivia with open arms, instead of shunning her. Imagine if Kim and Barry just loved Ethan and Olivia, rather than judging them. So much turmoil would have been avoided. Kim and Barry are surely happy that they split up, and that really says it all. Mariah was at war with Olivia. Mariah and Olivia were once so close, but Kim and Barry made it very difficult for the two women to get along. While they have issues beyond their respective dynamic with Kim and Barry, the famous fundamentalists haven't helped. Olivia alleged that Kim used Ethan's credit card and never repaid him. That really bothered Mariah. She unloaded publicly, saying that Olivia's been lying about her family for years. There was real bad blood there, and it's quite sad. If Olivia's telling the truth about the credit card, it's one more thing that Kim's done to wreak havoc. However, there's currently no proof that she took advantage of her son, and the two sides are divided. Mariah and Olivia were also clashing because Mariah accused Olivia of stealing her music. Olivia had posted Mariah's music on social media and credited Mariah as the musical artist. However, she allegedly failed to give the proceeds to her younger sister-in-law. Barry tried to intervene and threatened legal action. In a turn of events, Mariah admitted that it was a lie and that Olivia never stole her music. Ethan feels like he can't win. During the premiere of Season 5, Ethan, who's put up with so much frustration over the years due to parents who are totally unwilling to understand his point of view, talked about his feelings. Ethan got away from the Plath family chaos while traveling with Olivia in Europe, but when they returned, it all came back with a vengeance. The issue was that Mariah moved out of the Tampa home she'd lived in with Mariah and Ethan and didn't even tell that couple that she was going to leave. Mariah basically inflamed Ethan, who probably didn't expect this kind of heated drama with his own sister. Kim's issues with Olivia probably influenced Mariah. It's hard to believe that Kim didn't drip a lot of poison in Mariah's ear. Barry may have backed up Kim, as they're trying to be friends after splitting up. Again, without the unhealthy dynamic that has made Olivia's life so tough at times, things might be very different. Since Mariah reportedly cut every tie with Olivia because of the stuff Olivia said about her family, there's definitely proof that Kim and Barry are a part of her decision. What if Kim actually used the credit card? Would Mariah feel differently? She might. Kim and Olivia aren't on speaking terms. It's not such a surprise that Kim and Olivia aren't speaking. It would be a bigger shock if they were. Kim never, ever made space for Olivia in the family. What did Olivia really do to deserve the attitude that she got from Kim? She wasn't religious enough. Okay, but she was still religious. Olivia grew up in a family that was quite similar to Kim's and made the rational decision to reject some of those restrictions. Kim later did the very same. Life's meant to be lived. People shouldn't be yoked by beliefs that keep them from making their dreams come true. As Olivia matured, she realized that she needed more, but she wasn't exactly a heathen. She just wanted freedom. Maybe she wanted to enjoy a glass of wine in the evening, or a sugary treat now and then. By bringing Ethan out of his shell and taking him on adventures, Olivia added so much richness and color to his life. Kim couldn't see that and tried to take it all away, but it was something that her son desperately needed. Ethan was so confined and constricted. It's like Kim was a python wrapped around his neck, squeezing the life force out of him. If he didn't follow the rules, he'd be emotionally excommunicated. No matter what he did, his own mother would mistreat his wife. Putting an adult child in this type of no-win situation is terrible. Ethan retreated into the garage, rather than facing the anger that was roiling in him. That wasn't a bad decision. He was just looking for some joy, and simple pleasures make him happy. However, he was still storing up rage, which was bound to seep out in his marriage. Olivia may have paid the price for that. She was forced to be the catalyst for so much drama. If she'd been loved and accepted by Kim and Barry, Ethan could have relaxed. Now Olivia and Kim are enemies. Was that really necessary? Mariah was sad. Mariah may feel like she made her own decision about avoiding Olivia, but subconsciously, Kim and Barry's mindset about their daughter-in-law may have impacted her thoughts and emotions. It's possible that she'd consider mending fences with Olivia if Kim and Barry weren't in the mix. Also, the issue touched on earlier, which is that Olivia may have valid complaints about Kim and Barry, should always be kept in mind. While the stolen music controversy was troubling, Mariah should have been mature enough to realize that the situation was flamed by her parents' feeling towards Olivia. In the early seasons, Olivia was Mariah's defender. She was always there, helping the younger woman to cope with problems. She even took her on an exciting trip so she could see more of the world. It's sad that this is where the two females are at right now. Should Kim and Barry try to change their thinking, the way that they think is often remarkably negative. They never seem to have positive thoughts about their daughter-in-law. While in-law tension is normal, this situation is not. There was no reason for them to dislike Olivia in the first place. Mariah has dealt with depression. Her heartbreak over her breakup with Max Kalschmidt hit her very hard. Also, her clashes with family members have taken their toll. Mariah's a young woman who's putting it all out there on TV, and that can be psychologically damaging. Despite her black heart persona, Mariah seems very sensitive. She needs to guard herself, but instead, she's attacking Olivia publicly. Mariah's even dealing with alopecia hair loss condition, which is sometimes caused by severe stress. Kim could probably soothe some of the issues between Olivia and Mariah if she actually wanted to. Barry could possibly do the same. However, they won't. They surely prefer the feuding. Lydia doesn't always approve of Olivia. Lydia's always been a lot like Kim. She's the obedient daughter who's shown slaving away in the Plath kitchen while Kim does whatever. It's always seemed a bit unfair how prayer closet fan Lydia gets stuck with the chores while Kim frolics. Lydia's Cinderella vibes are just sad, but she's branching out, which is great to see. In the past, she hasn't really fully approved of Ethan's wife, Olivia. However, some jealousy could be at play, as Ethan is very important to Lydia. The latter young woman might have felt like Olivia was taking her brother away. Another plausible theory is that Kim and Barry's negative chatter about Olivia is acting on their daughter and changing how she thinks. Since all Lydia hears is how bad Olivia is, it would almost be hard for her to get past that. Lydia's known for embracing her parents' way of life in a way that the more rebellious Plath kids could never handle. Lydia must have been deeply affected by Kim and Barry's divorce. That's why it's so nice to see how she's enjoying life on Instagram. She's going on trips and showcasing her music. Micah doesn't always believe Olivia. Micah Plath, who built a successful career as a male model in Los Angeles, doesn't usually get into major feuds with family members. He's got his own life and seems above some of the drama. However, he entered the fray when the credit card fracas erupted. Micah defended his parents. He believes that Kim had permission to use the credit card and that she did nothing wrong. So, he's another one to add to the long list of Plath family members that don't currently speak to Olivia. This is some drama. Maybe Olivia should have handled the credit card issue privately. It's creating the nastiest feud yet, and Olivia and Ethan's marriage didn't survive it. While reality TV show stars get used to airing their grievances in public, some things should be addressed behind the scenes. Maybe she learned from this, but there's always the chance that she's telling the truth. If she is, that really changes the situation. Is she being persecuted for just being honest about what happened? Is Barry just bad as Kim? Kim gets the brunt of criticism because her conduct's so out there, while her meek and mild ex-Barry often gets a pass. He usually seems like the nicer one, but there's possibly a good cop, bad cop dynamic happening. Barry let Kim ride roughshod over the kids for years, and he had an epic clash with Ethan in the driveway, which was really heated and shocking. While Barry's been getting and giving emotional support lately, he's known for enabling Kim by letting her have nasty feuds with the kids and Olivia. Lately, he's been tangling with Olivia himself. The truth is that he's probably just as bad as Kim. A lot of damage has been done, and he hasn't stopped it. By giving Kim the freedom to do whatever she wants, from draconian parenting rules and beyond, he hasn't defended his own kids. The Welcome to Plathville Season 5 star may be changing, but he can't change the past. Mariah met with and apologized to Olivia. In TLC's Welcome to Plathville Season 6, Mariah and Olivia's relationship was non-existent. However, after all the negative situations that transpired and all the bad blood between the once best friends, Mariah decided to reach out to Olivia when she was visiting Ethan to get him to sign the divorce papers. Mariah's intentions were to apologize and clear the air so she could move on in good conscience, but that is not how Olivia took their final sit-down. Mariah owned up to making the music-stealing fiasco and said she was sorry for the situation, but that didn't land well with Olivia. I don't really know what to do with Mariah's apology because it's not specific. I think it'd be really nice for her to be like, "Yeah, you know Ethan told us what actually happened, and I'm sorry I called you a liar in front of the whole world." Olivia ended up not pushing back against Mariah and took her apology for what it was, even though the apology wasn't something she was happy with. The pair ended things amicably, both with the intention of never rekindling their relationship. By this point, Kim and Barry had totally tainted Mariah's opinion of Olivia, and Mariah's loyalty lay with her family, which Olivia was no longer a part of. Barry and Veronica Peters called Olivia a narcissist. Barry also showed his true colors in Welcome to Plathville Season 6 and the fact that he was absolutely trying to turn anyone related to his family against Olivia. Micah's new girlfriend, Veronica Peters, revealed during Mariah's video shoot that she and Barry had bonded at a wedding the previous summer where Olivia and Ethan were still together and in attendance. Barry said that they shared the same feelings over a common interest, which Veronica divulged to be Olivia. Veronica alleged that at the wedding, Olivia snubbed her, which led Veronica and Barry to collude and agree that Olivia was a narcissist. Veronica blasted that information during the Welcome to Plathville Season 6 episode, signaling